This is Good Taste Brekky with Chloe on Juice 107.3. Coming up on November 30th is the premiere of Maxing Out Series 2. Now, if you're familiar with Maxing Out, I was actually one of the athletes in the first series that aired last year. And this series features athletes such as Susie O'Neill, Madam Butterfly, Danny Wills, ex-pro surfer, and Commando Steve, who you would know from The Biggest Loser and Survivor last year with my husband, Matt. I got to catch up with him just before the big event in Germany in July, and this is what he had to say. So, Steve, here we are in Germany. You've come a long way from The Biggest Loser to now competing in not only a triathlon, but a long course triathlon. How do you feel about this event you're about to compete in?
I feel a relative calm at the moment, but also amongst all of that is a lot of apprehension, nerves, anxiety. I think a lot of it's more based in your own personal expectations and it's just the kind of guy that I am. You've got your partner, there's kids, there's a lot of people that have followed me for many years for whatever reasons, from The Biggest Loser days and other things that I've done along the way, and meeting Matt, doing Survivor last year and him sowing the seed. So
you don't want to let anyone down?
It's like you can't really let anyone down.
No.
But at the same time, I think just by nature or through the construct of an identity, I've built my life around that, around being quite physical. So to say yes to a challenge and put yourself through the process, you start out thinking, I'm just going to finish this, because it's not so much about me, it's about the greater good, the bigger picture, all of this stuff that definitely carries weight and meaning, and I really enjoy affording my time and energy to those things. But in and amongst all of that is that competitive human being, and I guess if you've still got it in you, you've still got two arms and two legs and a heartbeat and the capability to kind of push the boundaries, step into the unknown. Why not do it? Yeah. It's quite, I don't know, I was sitting on the bus thinking today, it all just doesn't matter. But at the same time, we humans, we have a funny way of making ourselves suffer.
True.
And
you're more competitive with yourself, though, do you find, than other people?
I'm definitely, more competitive with myself. Triathlon is definitely something, regardless of the distance, that's just not a strength of mine. I'm a fairly big guy, and even with all the training, I'm still...
It's a lot of weight to carry.
In the 90 kilo
top
class.
Heavy,
not that I look
top
like
heavy. It's all muscle, of course.
I've really been enjoying, doing it. The swimming side of things, is something that, I've swum a lot in my time, but not so much for a time. It was more a survival piece or... for a job.
So you weren't concentrating on your stroke. It was more about getting to the other side alive.
You would have aids in that sense, like fins and things like that. So doing the triathlon, you don't have that luxury. Well, you do have a wetsuit. Unfortunate that we're actually getting to wear our wetsuits this time.
Yes.
But having Danny and Susie, alongside me, or as a part of, this season of Maxing Out, you can tell how competitive Danny is. You can tell how competitive Susie is.
She's so competitive.
Yeah.
She was excited that you were injured, apparently.
I know. As everyone keeps
like,
telling me. And then when I heard that her brakes were stuffing up on her bike, I was
excited.
I'm just having some fun with it. And I hope...
She just walked past.
I hope Danny's toenail falls off and he can't... He has to limp all the way. Yeah, there's just... Because I look at the finish time at 15 hours and I look at what the professionals do.
It's
and
a
I've
big
always,
difference.
there's a huge difference. But in my mind, I've always thought if a person, doesn't matter who it is, can achieve that and do that, so can I.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether it's being an astronaut, a world-class surfer, or a football player or something. Yeah, someone's done it. It's like, well, if I afford my time and effort to it, why can't I do it too?
You can catch Commando Steve in Series 2 of Maxing Out on Channel 10 on the 30th of November at 2 p.m. Also, if you want to catch up on Series 1, it is available to view on YouTube. Just go to Maxing Out's Facebook page. This is Good Taste Brekky with Chloe on Juice 107.3.